round 3 of competition in the new PBA League. 8 5-man teams featuring the world's best bowlers, with each team owned by some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment. Today, Pete Weber and the league-leading New York City WTT Kingpins, owned by Billie Jean King, make their 3rd straight appearance in a final. But the number 1 seed team on today's stepladder, Jerome Bettis' Motown Muscle. Joining those 2 teams here at Detroit's Thunder Bowl Lanes, Chris Paul's LAX, Terrell Owens' Dallas Strikers, Kevin Hart's Philadelphia Hitmen, Chris Hardwick's Silver Lake Atom Splitters, Lamar Woodley's Pittsburgh Jackrabbits, and Jesse Williams' Brooklyn Styles. It's team versus team competition with the goal of getting to Indianapolis and capturing the season-ending Elias Cup. The fans at Thunder Bowl Lanes are ready, and the PBA won't disappoint. Hi, everybody. I'm Lon McCarron with Randy Peterson. We're going to kick it off today with a PBA League clash. Players from 5 of the PBA League teams attempt to bowl their way onto the bottom rung of the team stepladder finals. Following the clash and the exciting team competition, we'll bring you the championship match of the Mark Roth Classic, featuring a couple of pros with 2 PBA titles apiece, Randy.
That'll be conducted between Michael Haugen Jr., a major championship winner, and quite arguably the hottest player in this competition, Southpaw Scott Norton.
Here's a look at the stepladder. The Motown Muscle are the number 1 seed, followed by the New York City WTT Kingpins and the Brooklyn Styles. This is the Mark Roth Classic, and earlier Mark was here to throw out the first ball. He did suffer a stroke a few years ago, but it's nice to see he's been recovering, Randy.
Well, we had a saying on tour back in the day, Lon, and that's, if you ever needed a player to throw you 1 strike for $1 million, it would be Mark Roth any day of the week and twice on Sunday. He dominated the tour like no other back in the 70s and early 80s, and he is the original power player to ever be that dominant on this tour.
We certainly hope he continues to be a strong presence in the game. Here's how this PBA League clash works. Everyone throws 1 ball per frame. If you're the low count or tie for the low count, you're out. They will continue until 1 player has earned his team a spot in the stepladder team finals. Let's take a look at our 11-man PBA clash lineup. The higher a team finished in the qualifying, the more players they can put in the clash. The Hitmen have 4, Silver Lake's Atom Splitters with 3, other teams with just 2 or 1 competitor. Last time the Dallas Strikers had only 1 in the clash. Rhino Page, he went 8 for 8 to put the Strikers into the stepladder final, greatly delighting team owner Terrell Owens and the rest of the Strikers. So let's get started. Osku Palermo, the first of 11 players in this PBA League clash. He will set the tone for the other 10. 7-pin sticks.
I don't know what's worse, starting this competition or being the last guy to throw. But if it was me, I'd pick somewhere in the middle. I'd like to see a couple of balls go down the lane first.
Now from the Dallas Strikers, Mike Machuga, 36 years old, 2 PBA titles. The Dallas Strikers have 2 players in this clash. Pin. Terrell Owens, the team owner for the Dallas Strikers. He has been a great presence here at Thunder Bowl Lanes.
I like to refer to him as T.O. or Mr. T.O.
Yeah. Mr. Nathan Bohr, the Silver Lake Atom Splitters. Nathan from Wichita, Kansas, 32 years old, also bowled at Wichita State. Won the national title there with the team in '03. Nine is the number right now. 9 is still the number. Here's how our teams stand up coming into today's competition. Billie Jean King's New York City WTT Kingpins on top with 24 points, followed by Jesse Williams, Brooklyn Styles, and the Motown Muscle and Dallas Strikers rounding out the top 4. And that's where you want to be. After 5 rounds, it's the top 4 teams who get to go to Indianapolis and compete for the championship and the Elias Cup.
Yep.
There's the current world champion, Parker Bone III. 49 years old, he won that major at the World Series of Bowling. So no strikes through the first 3. From the left hand of Parker Bone III, there's our first strike.
Yeah, pretty colorful bowling ball that Parker's throwing there. You know, back in the day when Mark Roth was dominating, there was like 2 colors. It was black or red. And most of the time we saw Mark throwing that red Columbia 300 yellow dot down the lane. And boy, there's nobody that could get power on it like Mark Roth. And you look back at the bar reaction then and the bar reactions now, it's like a Volkswagen going up against a Mack truck.
Dom Barrett from my favorite team name, the Silver Lake Atom Splitters, owned by Chris Hardwick. Well, this could be very interesting with a lot of 9 counts and just 1 strike, Randy, because the low count and all ties will be eliminated. So a chance for a number of players to go.
Well, everybody could be gone except for one Parker Bone III if everybody else gets 9.
Chris Loschetter from the Philadelphia Hitmen. They have 4 players in this clash, and they're all going to go back to back to back to back. Well, now there's a new low from Loschetter, a 7 count, so everyone else is safe who has bowled already.
Yes, Losch's trying to go straight there, and he just missed a little bit to the right, missed it off his hand just a pinch. But we have seen players get 6 counts. I'm not trying to jinx Mike Devaney.
I think he was one of them in a previous clash.
You said that. I did.
This is Devaney. Devaney with a strike.
Just put the can opener to the 1-3 pocket on that shot, did Devaney.
So Devaney will take his seat and give way to teammate and franchise player on this Hitman team, Bill O'Neill. 8 or better, and Bill is safe for round 2.
9.5, right. Is that all right?
Yeah, 9.5, I'm going to mark it. All these Hitmen, as I said, in a row, and now Mika Koivu-Niemi sporting those glasses that he brought to Japan.
You have no idea how happy those guys that got 9 sitting on the bench.
Boy.
Watching Loschetter whiff the headpin.
That was a big bubble they were sitting
man.
on. 45-year-old Mika still seems to be at the top of his game. Nice ball all the way. So now the star of the last PBA League clash that we saw, Rhino Page from the Dallas Strikers, the only member of the Strikers in that clash. He went 8 for 8 and earned his team a spot in the stepladder finals. Darrell Owens looking on.
Yep, 8 for 8. 8 strikes in a row for Rhino Page. Oh, look out.
Oh, he's back on it.
How about 9 in a row in this clash competition for the guy with the pipes from Central Florida?
Rhino Page still looking strong. Another guy who was shown very well in the clash competition. Chris Barnes from the Silver Lake Atom Splitters, their franchise player.
It actually came down between him and Page.
Chris threw a 9 and Page struck. And here Barnes with the strike. And so that means that Chris Loschetter, one of the 4 Philadelphia Hitmen, eliminated after that first frame. So we're down to 10.
You know what they say, lawn dogs that chase parked cars and guys that get 7 counts in the clash competition don't last long.
Low Shedder, the first to be eliminated. Who will survive? Find out as the PBA League Clash continues after the break. Back to the PBA League Mark Roth Classic. We're in the middle of the clash to determine which team will advance to today's stepladder final. While we were gone, another Philadelphia hitman went to the sidelines. Bill O'Neill's 8, the low score, and the team's franchise player was gone. In round 3, the Silver Lake Adams Splitters' Nathan Bohr would repeat O'Neill's mistake, leaving the 3-6, and once again, 8 was not enough to stay in this week's clash. The second to throw in round 4, Mike Machuga of the Dallas Strikers. Would a perfectly respectable 9 hold up? The Hitmen's Mika Koivu-Niemi tried, but failed to beat it. Same story for Adams splitter Chris Barnes, who nearly left 2 for an 8. So Barnes, Machuga, and Koivu-Niemi all gone in round 4. Koivu-Niemi, the third of the 4 hitmen to be eliminated. And so just like that, we're down to 5 as we start round 5. Palermo, Bone, Barrett, Devaney, and the player who won last week's clash, Rhino Page. Palermo throws first. Osku continues the strike train. That's 4 in a row for Palermo. And it's funny, it's kind of that first guy that bowls is almost like in the background. You know, he throws that strike and then goes back and sits in the shadows and nobody thinks about it for a while.
Forgotten soul.
Yeah. But he's the one who's really putting the pressure on the rest of the field. Parker Bone now. He's up to the task.
2 southpaws left. There's one of them, the other, Rhino Page. That side of the lane looking pretty strong.
26, 20.
Dom Barrett talking to himself. And the vice really tightens now. Fewer and fewer players that you have. And that's a Dom Barrett all these pros know on tour.
Guy's a good bowler, really good bowler. Won his first title at last year's World Series of Bowling. This guy's pretty good as well.
Devaney from the Philadelphia Hitmen. The only one remaining from the 4 that started this PBA League clash. Wow, that had a lot of rev rate on it. The Hitmen keep their man alive.
Looked like Mike Devaney took a big giant step left on that shot, wheeled it to the right and just shredded the rack again.
If Rhino doesn't strike, he's out.
I guess you could say that Rhino Page has actually bowled an Andy Verapapa 300 game.
And he got it.
Why?
That's heat. Everybody strikes. And Rhino gets the high five from his team owner. Terrell Owens, not the only NFL great who owns a team here in the PBA League. Lamar Woodley is the owner of the Pittsburgh Jackrabbits, whose franchise player is Osku Palermo. In 2009, the linebacker won Super Bowl 43 with the Pittsburgh Steelers and was also named to the Pro Bowl that year. He is the first player in the NFL to post a sack in 6 consecutive postseason games. Wow. I think we have just seen the end of Palermo.
And every time we've seen trouble in this shootout, it's always been on the right lane. This one going too straight up the middle part of the lane, and that's really the only disadvantage you'll get with that high rev rate and ball speed is it cuts through so sharply. A lot of times you're going to leave that big split. 3, 4, 6, 7.
And you leave it up to some great pros and just tell them 7 or better and you're through. Oh, my goodness.
Are you serious?
I eat my words.
That was the only thing that could have killed Parker because I didn't think he was going to go through the nose. Instead, he buckets. Now they're tied.
Tied with a ticket out.
You want to talk about some loose arm swings. Dom Barrett, Rhino Page, Mike Devaney, their swings are going to be loose knowing that they need 7. Parker's in shock. So am I.
So was everybody here at Thunderbolt Lanes as Dom Barrett takes his position. Good ball.
What a great shot. He makes it look so easy. Effortless power from Dom Barrett.
Devaney now. Just throw it down the middle.
I still think that you got to kind of throw the strike ball here.
With 2 men on the bubble. Devaney says, yeah, I'm going to leave it up to Rhino.
Mike's dialed in. He's got a good look. Stepped up there with a lot of confidence, and it showed. Rhino Page, how many in a row does he have now? 140 what?
Something like that, yeah. Well, he's in a much different position now throwing this ball than he was the last time. Everybody had struck up to him in the last frame, and now he just needs 7 or better. To eliminate Palermo and Bone. He needs 7. Oh no! Instead we lose Rhino Page as well. Terrell can't believe it. Terrell wants that ball back. So Rhino Page, Parker Bone III, and Osku Palermo throw 6-6-6 and are out.
After 13 in a row, Rhino Page goes through the schnoz. He gets 6. He takes himself out of contention.
2 are left.
And look at T.O.'s reaction. He can't believe it either.
Dom Barrett and Mike Devaney trying to get their teams into the stepladder finals. Philadelphia Hitmen represented, as well as the Silver Lake Atom Splitters. 9 from the Atom Splitters Barrett.
Last time up on this lane, Devaney looked like he moved left, and he just shredded the rack. Let's see if he's got one more strike left in him to get the Hitmen in the stepladder finals.
A strike will end this competition and put the Hitmen into the stepladder finals, and that's what he does. The Hitmen bring 4 to this clash, and their last man standing is the last man standing. More action coming your way. We'll get the team competition underway when we come back to Allen Park.